Alright, what's up y'all, it's LakerFan here. As y'all can see by the title of today's video, we're here to showcase the best lockdown build in NBA 2K21 current gen. So I hope y'all enjoy. If you do, feel free to drop a like, sub if you're new, turn on them noties, all that good stuff. Let's try this 1 to 500 likes. And without further ado, we're gonna get straight into this. Now, this is gonna be all gameplay. It's gonna be very fast paced and a really quick game. So for the lineup intros, we got my boy Shots top 5. I call him AK. He's at the point guard spot. We got Tonic at the lockdown spot with the pure playmaker. Now, I know for the people who haven't watched the previous video that I did on this current gen video of how to defend the playmaking shot creator in 2K21, you're gonna be looking at this lineup. You're gonna be like, what the heck you running with the pure playmaker for at the 2 spot? And then I got my pure lockdown at the 3 spot with a 2-way finisher point guard. I'll explain all this as we move forward for anybody who's new to the channel. Again, I hope y'all enjoy the video, and if you do, feel free to drop a like, sub if you're new, turn on them noties, all the good stuff. So my build that you're going to see in this video is 6'7", point guard, and what you're going to be seeing me do is guard ball with Tonic on the backside with a 6'6" pure playmaker. Now, I think this could go for any type of build as far as who you have on that backside. I just think they need to have good speed and be versatile because, truth be told, you need multiple good defenders in this game, especially in the 2-man pick and roll defense when it comes to the front side and back side, or if you're just playing size, double team, whatever it may be, you need multiple defenders on the ball handler. It's about as simple as that, because you're going to see me get toasted at the beginning of this play right here. He's already got me behind him a little bit, could have a couple crabs. I go for the shot contest. He beats me, and again, if Tonic is higher up on that, we maybe don't give up a 3, give up an easy standing dunk. And this is the shot we're comfortable giving up. It's 2 points, and it's not anything to do with Showtime, where if he had a running start as far as like getting a driving dunk instead of a standing dunk, he would get his team crazy takeover boost, for those who aren't aware. Now, here's the thing. I feel like I was defending this pretty well, considering I'm on his left side as he does this behind the back straight toward me. The only problem is I go for the shot contest of, flicking my right stick up, and then boom, it thrusts me into this animation right here where I really shouldn't have done that in the first place. You can't even get that good of contest at all regardless in this game, so I think just running toward him and making up the distance by just sprinting toward him would probably be the better way to go about that. But either way, defending these play shots is pretty hard to do in this game. You can see they're literally going to double team AK as well, and they're going to be doing this pretty much all game. Now you're going to see I pop off to this corner, try and get the Showtime dunk off, but obviously he gets back and defends that pretty well. I saw some people in the comments in the last video talking about how that was the better way to go about it. I do agree to some extent, because again, you do get the Showtime dunks off, but it's very easy to drop back down and get in the way of the paint and just stop them from getting the dunks. So I don't think it's really like a foolproof situation. But anyway, we're coming out here on the defense. Again, we're going to double team early. This video is to showcase my lockdown build, but you're going to see a lot of times it's not just me playing defense. I'm having a lot of help from Tonic, and he's going to be getting in the way, making it a problem for the PG. I get my ankles broke right there. Now, we play really good defense on that, in my opinion. Tonic, it just goes straight over his head. He doesn't get the passing lane animation, or he just doesn't go for the steal, one of the two things. But either way, very good defense. Everybody's in the right spots. We double team early, make them not be able to get a shot off from the point guard and make them work. And then you're going to see later in the game, it's exactly what we're going for, where we're trying to make them spend time and not get an early shot from the point guard, take their 2 early, or if they decide not to take their 2 early, then they get screwed over by not getting any points, because then I rely on Tonic to be able to defend him one-on-one for 7 seconds. Now, you don't want him to defend one-on-one for like 24 seconds, so that's the problem there. But you're going to see perfect defense right there. However, we give up the unlucky offensive rebound right there. Lockdown gets it, but I'm in the lane of 2 people, and he throws it over to the corner, and I'm able to get it. And 2 things here. Now, this play right here is really big. Getting the heart crusher to pop off, getting the steal, getting in transition. But I do want to say as well, I really got to show love to the way we play defense right here, because this is a game changer in this situation where we were playing the 2-on-1, double teaming him the whole way through, telling him take your 2 early if you want it, but then we're taking it away when the shot clock gets low, because we don't want to give him just free points. And I can trust Tonic, or Tonic can trust me to play one-on-one defense for at least 8 seconds. But to do it for the whole 24-second shot clock, that is just too much. You're not going to pull off playing great defense for that long, especially in this game with the play shots just going crazy in the ISO, really good stamina and all types of stuff like that. But again, getting the steal right here, heart crusher out in transition. AK is going to go ahead and get this 3-pointer in transition right here, because these dudes are playing way too high on the press. Big man way too slow as well. The lockdown just getting out of position. It really just I mean, like I said, that defensive possession where we make them not get any points is big time, because it's hard to do that in this game unless dudes just smoke wide open shots, or you get steals like this where you're getting the bumps. Again, he's just getting super aggressive, looking for threes and all types of stuff like that. They can't really take their twos anymore because they're down by 4, and it's just how it is in the stage when you got a great point guard like AK right here too. Now, I will say, you need a good point guard to complement this build, because I can play a little bit more aggressive when we get up like this and, you know, really start to try and go crazy with the steals. As you can see, another bump steal right here. They're on cold. I end up trying to get the dunk and get swatted by the point guard. That's definitely a tough look. But you need a great point guard to complement the offense of me playing as the screen setter, where, again, I'm undersized. I don't set the greatest screens because of being undersized or just small weight, or I think it's just the body frame, to be honest. It just doesn't set the best screens. Sometimes the screens in this game really be tweaking too, where you're facing the wrong way because the matchup is just all weird. Regardless, you need a great point guard, because at the end of the day, it doesn't even matter how good your screens are half the time, because he can just beat double teams if he's actually like good with getting open. Now right here, this is just bad defense. Me and Tonic are just out of sorts, and essentially I'm playing the right side, but it was very untelling that I was trying to get to the right, because he crabs me right here. I'm trying to get back to his right when realistically I'm just out of the play. It's kind of a tough scene. Then Tonic, who's, you know, supposedly supposed to be on the left side, ends up getting stuck right here. Regardless, just not great defense from the two of us. I end up getting out of position. That's where it all started from. So that's the problem. Now, you're going to see them toward the end of this game, right? I mean, they got two dudes on cold. It's just a tough scene. And really, they're not helping off that corner right there, so I just get the easy dunk. They're going to start double teaming off of me and make Tonic shoot, which is probably a smart thing to do as well. But you're going to see, again, I'm getting in these lanes of as far as like some steal opportunities and really just bumping him like crazy. And being able to just 3-up, not worry about the 2-pointers at all, double team the PG. Tonic ends up helping up super high right there because he was trying to shoot through the gap of the double team. Ends up decks into the corner off the offensive rebound. Again, that lockdown was out here getting boards for sure. Now here's the sad part about this game. All right, so AK's kind of messing around right here. I mean, we're up 17-8. He's not going super sweat mode, but with an inconsistent shooter in the corner and then me in the paint where it's just 2 points, honestly, you're not really wanting that shot too much. But I mean, at this point in the game, obviously we're up by a lot. We can take twos easy, and this is where we start to just kind of mess around, tweaking and stuff like this. I mean, honestly, don't take too much out of this gameplay right here. He ends up getting me crabbed out just in transition, and I'm just not back, and then boom, nice Curry slide to get me behind him, and just like that, they're back down by 6. But then you can always rely on good old 2K21 current gen for a nice, quick, easy bucket, quick stop from your point guard, wide open shot. It's just, I mean, it's just cake, bro. It's just chicken. And honestly, what's so like really telling about what I'm talking about with this gameplay right here is, yes, AK is scoring with super ease, and it makes you think, wow, it's got to be the easiest stuff ever to be a point guard on this game. However, you could see I end up with 4 steals, the point guard with 3 turnovers and 3 for 6 shooting, and a D-. I mean, at the end of the day, there is a skill gap to this game. It's obviously a pretty highly debated skill gap topic, because then you have all the talk of what makes a good lockdown, what makes a good point guard, etc., etc. I haven't really even been on this game that consistently either, so it's not like I'm super in tune with what really makes me play great and what I need to do to play great. I'm just kind of hopping on here with instincts. That's about it. And I've developed a little bit of a scheme where I'm trying to push him toward the corner side, and then that's where Tonic's going to help me too. But in this game, it was kind of just more freelance of me just going for bump steals, trying to get bumpy, just do lockdown things pretty much. So anyway, I'm not sitting here saying the point guard that we played right here is an absolute beast or aficionado or anything like that, but obviously it was still a nice little gameplay to showcase the build's ability to get steals, play good defense, rebound. Obviously you saw the O board at the beginning of the game, and yes, this lockdown did kind of out rebound me in a couple situations. It was kind of tragic, but it doesn't happen too often, I promise that. Now we're gonna go ahead and showcase what the build actually looks like, so I'm gonna hop into my player builder real quick. Alright, so here we are on lockdown himself. I used to call this build Little Big Man, but honestly the meta of like the game just ended up being 6'8" regardless. I made this build day 1 for those who don't know or do know, but here's the thing. With me making him on day 1, I didn't know exactly how weight or strength or anything like that was going to play out in this game, or how important like setting real efficient screens was going to be. Whereas, like I said in the gameplay, I don't really think it's that big of a deal in my opinion, where really you could set some weak screens as long as you're in the way of somebody. Honestly, I feel like it's good enough at the end of the day. I'd rather have the speed for the defensive reasons and just rebounding, whatever it may be. All types of things, speed still helps with the rebounding. So my build only gets 95 speed at max ability. You can see I'm 98 overall right now. At 99 it would have 95 obviously. So here's the thing, I ended up going 225 in the weight, like I said, instead of what I think like 190 would probably be the most ideal, or even like 180 is the minimum. Either way, I'll go ahead and get into my player builder and just show you guys, but I just want to show you what the build looks like at max ability. So it would have 99 steal at the highest ability with 97 lateral quickness, 97 perimeter defense. Still has very good interior defense as well in comparison, where honestly me upping my weight still made this a lot better, I will say. Now, the build stick is 70 ball handle. Again, I thought that the cap was going to be 70, so I was like super geeked at this, and I was like, yo, this build's going to be an absolute demigod. And then obviously has great driving dunk, good standing dunk. Obviously, you know, all the gold showtime, stuff like that. Good rebounding with 90 and 87 O-board still. Block is still very doable as well. All right, so for the badges, we got 14 finishing, 10 playmaking, 30 defense. You as a quote-unquote point guard. Again, my position is point guard. Get gold floor general and gold dimer. So me lining up the big man spot, this is super convenient because you saw a couple times, like early in the game when I got the rebound, kick it out to Tonic off the O board, boom, he greens it after his first initial miss. It's very convenient that I have the gold dimer. And then for the gold floor general, helps my actual point guard when I'm in the stage where he gets +3 ball handle, +3 3-pointer, all types of stuff like that. Obviously, it's very convenient. And then it makes it so my point guard additionally doesn't have to run floor general for my lockdown to be able to shoot better, or in this case the pure playmaker to be able to shoot better. But regardless, he can run actual playmaking badges. He doesn't have to run 4 playmaking badges to run Hall of Fame floor general, because I don't really care about shooting or anything to do with offensive ratings, to be completely honest. So again, it makes it so my point guard gets boost to his ratings as far as the 3-pointer and ball handle goes, and he doesn't have to run floor general for the sake of our additional shooter in the corner to be able to get a couple boosts to help him shoot a little bit. So as I said, I made my build 225 in the weight. I'm going to go ahead and show you guys how to make it. It's what I think is going to be the best way to make the build, pretty point blank. So point guard position, I go with left hand. That's just what I always do on my builds. Pure defense pie chart, pure speed pie chart, no doubt anything but this. As far as a direct number trade-off though, you are getting more. As you can see, you go from 95 speed and 94 acceleration down to 91 speed and 90 acceleration for the trade-off of 95 vert versus 81. So you're getting 14 more vertical for losing 4 speed and 4 acceleration. I just think speed is so important in this game as far as a defensive aspect, and you want as much of it as you can get. I'll promise you that, because I wish I had 98 speed or 99 speed when I'm at 99, and that's what this build can do. Alright, so here's the ideal badge count in my opinion. You can see we got the 14, 10, and 30. However, if you want 15 finishing badges, or if you want 11 playmaking, you can trade this off a little bit. So you can see you could go with the 9 playmaking for the 15 finishing, or if you'd rather have an extra playmaking, you can go ahead and just run the 13, 11, and 30, or if you would like as well, you can drop any 4 defensive attribute ratings off of your defense wherever you want to, put it into the post hook, and then you end up with 14, 11, and 30. Honestly, you do what you want. I don't think it's that big a deal as to what you do here. I really don't think that extra playmaking badge is really that important, so I would just rather have the interior defense personally. But either way, pretty nice badge count. Like I said, you being a point guard position, you get the gold floor general and dimer, whereas if you were a different position, again, you don't get that. It's about as simple as that. The only way you get dimer in this game is if you're a point guard or if you're a playmaking pie chart. So for the body type, I made built just for aesthetic reasons, I guess. It doesn't even matter that much in my opinion, but I will say a lot of the comp guys will tell you go burly just for the sake of, they say it makes your locks more bumpy. Some people, you know, will make the argument for slight just because they think it's more like gets you through screens and stuff. I don't even think it matters that much, but for burly, they say it's more bumpy and you can actually, like, you know, just kind of, your dude's just bigger. It's really as simple as that. Now, I do think this actually matters for screening. I actually do believe that it matters for screening, because I think the bigger your player's body frame, the more likely you are to actually get like big body animations with stuff like that. I've seen it with height, I've seen it with weight, I've seen it with body type. It really just does do that. And honestly, I shouldn't be making fun of the people for saying that that stuff matters, because it really does. Honestly, it's stupid that it does, but it does. Now, I ended up going 6'7", 225 on the weight. Again, remember that. Now, that is max weight for this. The reason I did that is because, again, at the beginning of the year, I didn't know better when it comes to the strength or interior defense, what's needed with all that type of stuff. Honestly, again, this is max weight right here. You can see you end up with 87 speed and 85 acceleration right here. It's not worth doing. 100% I would recommend for you to probably go 190 right here. It's the cutoff of where you get the 90 speed. And with that 90 speed, if you're a 99 overall, that's 98 speed plus the Gatorade boost and all types of stuff like that. Honestly, crazy speed for this build. And to add on to that, the lateral quickness that we've already talked about, and obviously the perimeter defense, steal, all types of stuff like that. This speed will absolutely help you with the rebounding too. Do not discredit the 84 offensive rebound or 87 defensive rebound. For you to get to the basket and get the box out sooner is big time. So I just feel like, yes, people think that 6'8" is the meta as far as, you know, it has really good block, rebound ratings, all types of stuff like that. It still has great physicals, but obviously lacks a little bit in the speed, lateral quickness, perimeter defense category, and also the steal too. I gotta say, like, those 3 ratings, the perimeter D, lateral quickness, and steal, see a major boost at 6'7". And honestly, it's just cool to be different with this. Now, one thing I do have to tell you is that at 6'7", you can't catch standing lobs as far as dunking it. It's a pretty tragic thing, but at the end of the day, you really shouldn't even be doing standing dunks as far as the lobs go. Honestly, it's either you're just going for the slip and trying to get that showtime, or your point guard just don't pass the ball to you. Honestly, that's just how this game works, and it is tragic, but that's just how it is. So as far as takeovers go, you definitely want the lock takeover, unless you're trying to go crazy on the twos with this and run slash take. But still, I would probably, 99 times out of 100 pick this lock take. So anyway, you end up with the title of the two-way finisher. And then just to show you, I'm going to go ahead and put the playmaking badges on, because that's the one thing that's very unique about this build as far as the badge count goes. So again, you get the dimer, floor general, quick first step, all types of stuff like that. It's big time. I got to say, that's a huge, I can't stress it enough, how huge of a boost that is for your point guard to be able to not have to run the floor general badge and spend 4 badge points on that. And then also for you to boost his ratings by 3. It's big time. Not a lot of people, or not a lot of point guards in general are going to use that as far as the stage goes. So that's fire to have. And the only time they ever would run into that is if the lockdown has more playmaking than he does finishing. And in that case, your lockdown doesn't have showtime, which I would definitely think that's something that's pretty desirable for your lockdown to have. Just for the rare case that you're out on a fast break and you want to get a flashy dunk and get the takeover boost and all types of stuff like that. So my point is, not a lot of lockdowns really even have the playmaking badges because they go into the finishing instead. And obviously you want to max out on whatever you can get for the shooting and defense. So really, it's not very often they even do have it. And then on top of that too, dimer is way more desirable from a big man's perspective than it is for a lock, because if my point guard hits me on that slip and then the corner drops down to defend me, I can kick it over to the corner. But really, if the corner's wide open, what's he going to do with it? That's going to help for dimer. Pass it back to the PG, I suppose. It's going to be pretty rare that's actually like very usable. So again, and honestly, another thing that I want to talk about, the lockdown having floor general would also be useless too, because he's the one that needs his ratings boosted, really. So honestly, for you as a big man to be able to have that floor general and dimer, it's so invaluable to, like, it's not even, I can't even put it into words how cool that is to be able to run that type of a badge. And then again with the dimer too, then to have the quick first step, you can really do your thing with the speed boost glitch with the 6'7" right here. And then again for the defensive badges, anything you could ever want right here. I mean, it's just fire, 30 of them. So anyway, that's all for the video. I hope you all enjoyed. If you did, feel free to drop a like, sub if you're new, turn on them noties, all that good stuff. Like I said in the intro, let's try this one to 500 likes. And if you made it to this point in the video, to the very end of it, put badge in the comments to show support man all the way through. I really do appreciate you guys watching these videos. Obviously, 2K has been a little bit tough as far as the content goes, but putting videos out like this and me playing like in a completely brand new style to me, where I'm playing on-ball defense and then setting screens on offense, is so fire to me, and I'm actually having a lot of fun playing current gen doing it like that. So anyway, if you guys want to see more of this, feel free to let me know. Leave your feedback in the comments as to what you think of the lockdown build itself. And honestly, it's really cool that this was my day one build too. And obviously, I'm not going to sit here and say that I started the undersized big meta, but obviously going back to 2K20 and even all the way back to 17, I've been on the undersized. So it's just cool to see kind of what I set. I'm not going to even take credit for it, but let's just be theoretical with it. If I did set the trend, it's really cool that I see it come full circle, and now all type of the comp guys and just everybody is making 6'8", 6'7" type bigs. Really, it's pretty cool. So anyway, that's all for the video. Hope y'all enjoyed. And like I said, if you made it to the end of the video, put badge in the comments. Anyway, hope y'all enjoyed. On that, take it easy, man. Peace.